Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode on the Hypermine Feed the Beast Infinity Evolve server. How you guys doing today? I'm doing really good. I'm just chilling out here at the most secure base on the server. I've been doing some work with the things off screen, and look at this. I love it. And they look so cool. I love these things. I absolutely love them. I love them. I love the way they look. I love the way they function, but they're really annoying at the exact same time. So I had to turn down my friendly creature setting inside of my sounds and stuff. But other than that, I love them. They are so really cool. I just love them. If you guys are like right now, like, what the crap? Where'd you get those things? We did it last episode. So if you have absolutely no idea what this is, go watch it. I'm just going to put this out there. That was one of my favorite episodes I've done so far. Ever. I just absolutely loves playing with these things. So yeah, last episode we were dealing with portal gun stuff. That thing over there, all of these things over here. This is what we were doing. I had a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, this episode, what are we going to be doing today? Let's go look at our Toto list. So I've been editing the Toto list just a little bit. I replaced auto crafting with automatic steel because I really want to get automation for steel going. Now, I don't know how long or how hard this is going to be because I've been thinking of some different ways I want to do it. I know you can go through blast furnaces and I know you can go through railcraft. I really don't want to do that because of the fact that it's just blast furnaces are really slow. They're not meant for speed. I'd rather make a machine from thermal expansion that will do the entire process a lot quicker. I mean, you can also go through Tinker's Contract Smeltery and do it that way. I don't feel like that would be quick enough either. I would also need to find a lot of... I know you can turn chainmail into steel. I know you can do that. But I don't have a lot of chainmail. I know during my Resident Rise world, I always got a lot of chainmail from my spawners that I ended up making because they dropped as loot. I don't know if that's considered, I don't know if it does it like that in this mod pack or not, but if it does, we might be able to do that in the future. But the way I'm thinking about doing it is going through, let me see if we can find it. And not through steel, but through refined iron. Because in this mod pack, we have refined iron. In the mod creators, no. The game sees refined iron as steel. You can turn refined iron ingots into steel ingots. Steel nuggets. So, I would rather go through refined iron just because it's a lot easier to make. And the way that I've been thinking about making it is you can either go through and get, like, steel ore and stuff from the nether. Because I think... Or you can go through the blast furnace way. I don't feel like that's worth it for me. Because it's just too slow. But you could also go through an induction smelter. And there's two different recipes I've been looking at. Whether or not I want to go through dust with dust, or whether I don't. One other thing we'll get into in just a second, but you can either go through ingots and dust, which I could do that because I have a ton of coal now. Whenever we were running, I know that was weird. But a ton of coal now because of when we were running our quarries. So we can either do it this way, but there's one thing I saw that I didn't get, and I don't get the reason why they would do this, but you can have like one iron dust and then two coal dust to make one refined iron, or you could have one iron dust and then four charcoal slash... Is that just charcoal? Okay, so 4 charcoal dust for one refined iron. What's the difference? Why is charcoal more expensive than regular coal? I don't get that. But at the same time, I'm not going to fight it either because we have a lot of coal. We're going to go ahead and look in the image system after our our quarries. I haven't shown this off yet. I said I was going to do it last episode. I just never did. But we have over 22,000 coal now, which is amazing. We have over 16,000 obsidian, which I got a comment from Civic dude saying, why do you need all that obsidian? Why not? It's my obsidian. I want it now. I'm just saying. I like having like mass quantities of items. Like, I know I'm never going to use 16,000 obsidian, but actually, to be honest, I've been thinking about building out of obsidian. That would be really cool. But it's like I would have to find a way to easily mine it back up, and that's just the problem with building with obsidian. So yeah, I was thinking about doing that. So be looking towards that. But if we look at our ingots, let's go ahead and run through it really quickly. I have 24,000 iron, 10,000 lead, 10,000 tin, 9,000 copper, 9,000 silver, 4,000 gold, 3,000 yellorium. I would have a lot more, but I've been using a lot of it lately, for my reactor. Luckily, now I don't have to use as much. 2,000, almost 3,000 aluminum, and so forth and so forth. Down to I have 46 silver ingots and then 62 enderium. Because I've just been trying to make that off screen, just to have it, just in case if I need to make some machines. So yeah, we're pretty good on ores, and we're pretty good on ingots. So I probably won't be using a quarry anytime soon. Depending upon the way we decide to go through making steel, I'm going to be thinking about this off camera and how, the processes I would have to go through to get this stuff going. Whether or not I just want to use regular iron, or whether I want to go a cheaper route, but have to make more machines and go through dust form. So yeah, I'm going to get some stuff ready. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and do steel automation for today, because I really need steel I want to get into solars really, really, really badly, because I love, oh, I didn't hit my mouse. What the heck was that? But I want to get into solars because I want to, I just like free power. So yeah, I'm going to get some stuff ready to go, and then we're going to get back with you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bitty bit. All right, guys, welcome back. So I've been doing a little bit of work. So I've gotten a little bit of a headway on the automated steel. Now, before we get into anything, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a warning. I have to be quiet. It's super, super late, and I want to be at least quiet for the household so I don't wake everybody up. So today's going to be a little bit of a kind of laid back episode because it's almost midnight. And I really wanted to record tonight because I know I'm not going to have any time to do it tomorrow. And I don't want to have 2 videos. I don't want to be gone for 2 days. So yeah, I've been working on automation a little bit for you guys. And to be completely honest, there's a reason why I didn't do this on camera. And I got it working back here. And the reason that I didn't do it on camera is because I had very low expectations for it. I part of me really believed in the idea, but part of me was like, this is way too easy. This is just, it's so simple. There's no way this is going to work. But it does. I don't even believe it. Now, first things first, before I want to give you guys a little bit of a disclaimer. Some of these items are quite expensive, and you're going to need an ME system to get this to work. Most likely, because you're going to need, because you have to transport it with ender chests. At least my way. I mean, you could have just regular chests, but that would require you to manually input stuff. So I chose the automation way. So let's go ahead and get crack on what I'm doing here. If you guys are unfamiliar, I am automating steel, which, I'm automating quote-unquote refined iron, but in this mod pack, that considers it to be steel. So what this is doing is I set up 2 different ender chests. I've set up one for all of my iron, which is going to constantly input into this ender chest, which is from my ME system. And then I had another one for coal. And what this is doing is I'm using these translocators, which by the way, I exchanged the hoppers for the translocators because I found these out a really long time ago. And they're really, really cool, and I just never use them. They're a lot like hoppers, except they can move items from, I don't know how far they can move them, but I personally just think they have a better look than just a regular hopper. That's the reason that I'm using these. They're really simple to make. Let me see if I can actually pull one up for you. Translocator. Yeah, they can either move items or they can move liquids. Translocator, item, super simple to make. Just need that stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on from that. What I am doing here is I am turning the coal and I am pulverizing it into pulverized coal. And then that is feeding through the back to the back of this induction smelter along with the pulverized iron that I'm making out of this pulverizer. And now the induction smelter is induction smelting this into refined iron constantly. And it's automated. It's so simple. And I'm using the resident pulverizers and I'm using the resident induction smelter. And literally I have 3 machines, I have 3 ender chests, and I have a couple things moving items. And this is it. That's all of it is. And I've seen people use different methods for automating steel. A lot of people use the Tinker's Contract Smeltery. Some of them use blast furnaces. Some people use all these befangled items, but this is how easy it is. I never realized, but I was doing some think about it, and I really thought that there must be an easy way to do this. And I put this together, and I was like, oh my goodness, it really is that simple. So now we have automated refined iron. This has been going for, at least my design, it's been going for, I'm going to say 30 minutes at the most, and we've already got 1,300 of it, and it just keeps climbing. And now the only bad thing is that it's going to be going all the time. There's no way of decreasing how fast this thing's going to be going, so it's always going to be eating through my iron. It's always going to be eating through my coal. So that's the only problem. As long as I keep those levels up, I'm going to have infinite amounts of freaking steel. And that's awesome, because we're going to be using a lot of steel when we get into solars. I don't know what else I'm going to be using steel for. If you guys want confirmation that this stuff is actually steel, yeah, see, steel nuggets. I can, if I ever have to, I can just craft this back into railcraft steel. So, yeah. So I was actually off screen. Wow, I'm pulling up a lot of power. I think, hold on, let me go down here really quickly. I think these guys pull out a lot of power. I think that's the only drawback. Fortunately for me, I have a reactor, so I don't have to worry about that. So let's look in the system really quickly. I was trying to figure out what in the world was eating up all my space on my disks. I had absolutely no idea. I had a bunch of items, but I never thought I had enough to completely wipe out all of these drives. But I was looking into it, and I think I found the culprit. Now, while I'm running quarries and stuff, it's running over a lot of different things. One of them being hives. Now, I don't get into bees, but I know someone on the server who is currently, and Civic Dude, if you see this, I have got 183 princess drones that don't stack in my ME system that I don't want. So if you see this, and you want these, come get them. I don't want them. If they're still here within a couple days, I'm throwing them all out. So this is an open invite to anybody on the server. If you want Rocky Princesses, come get as many as you want. I don't want them because I'm about to throw them out. So yeah, I'm just throwing that out for you guys. Whoever wants to come in to get those. So yeah, now we've got steel automated. Bam! This feels so good. Oh my goodness, I can't wait till we get into solars. I can't believe it's literally that simple. It is that simple. 3 machines, 3 ender chests, and some movement items. And unlimited possibilities right there. So, now what? I was looking through the mod list on some things that I really wanted to get. I don't want to jump into any particular mods yet. Especially not this mod that I'm about to get this item from. But I really want to get something from Draconic Evolution. And I absolutely love the mod. I love everything in the mod, and they've been doing a lot of changes to the mod when it comes to models and stuff. Some of them are weird, some of them look really cool. But one of the items that I really want to get, because I'm getting tired of these Mistcraft portals, is the what's it called? Enchanted Charm of Dislocation. I really, really want one of these things because it makes things so much simpler that I don't have to go and make books for everything. I can just have a charm that will eat ender pearls that will teleport me anywhere I want to go, as long as I've already been there. So what I'm going to do is I want to make this thing, but I got to get some work done because it's going to require me to have draconium, which actually they made a lot easier to make in this mod pack. All you got to do is smelt the draconium dust, which I have done. So I have, I think, a little over 100 of it. I also need to make a charm of dislocation, which requires more dust. Simple items like that, that's not really a big deal. But I also need to get me another star, which luckily I still have some from when we did the wither fights a long time ago. So that's a good. And I also need to make some of these draconic cores. So let's go ahead and make a couple of these really quickly. Let's make 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go ahead and make this thing. And then we'll go ahead and one more thing that I forgot, the Wyvern core, which means I'm going to have to grab my nether star, which is in here. Let's go ahead and grab my nether star. Sweet. And then let's go ahead and make our Wyvern core. Throw that in there, and then we can surely be... T.O. has all the draconium. No, Dolan has the draconium stuff. And then we'll go dislocation. Go ahead and make this bad boy up. Bam! Enchanted Charm of Dislocation. Sweet. Now, how does this thing work? It's actually really simple. This thing will teleport you to anywhere you've already been as long as you set the marker, and it eats ender pearls. So let's go ahead and grab some ender pearls. Let's just grab... That's as many as I have. And I'll probably go to the end farm and get me a whole bunch more of these. So let's go ahead and shift right click this thing. and then add fuel. Shift right click adds fuel, and it adds stacks at a time. So yeah, there we go. So I have 65 fuel. Sweet. So let's go ahead and set our first location, which will be, let's do it right here. Shift right click, and then I think add new base place, which I still need to name this place. I haven't figured it out yet, but I've been thinking on names for the base, and I've been thinking of further designs for the base as well. So let's commit that. Did it work? No. Did it work? Oh, it did work. Why didn't it show up? Oh, there we go. Lock it. I don't know. That was weird. So we'll lock that up. So now wherever we are in the world, let's just say we're over here. If we're over here and we need to get back to the base place really quick, I just right click and it teleports me over here, which is really cool. And it only costs me an ender pearl. So that's really, really awesome. So now we have infinite movement. So really quick, let's go to the spawn town. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the base. So with the base, I've been thinking about designs that I want to add to it. I know I said I really wanted to make it kind of like a Russian doll, but let's go ahead and set this, I don't know. Let's say if I want to come back to the spawn town, I'll spawn right here. So bam, add new, spawn town. I'll probably go around to everyone's base. And then put their base in the actual my charm so that I can get there if I absolutely have to. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do that later. But with the base, I really love the design I have right now. I really don't want to have to. Part of me really wants to, but part of me really doesn't want to put the roof on. And I don't want to put the roof on because I like the shape that it is in right now. I like that it's like, I don't know. It looks like a spaceship in my opinion. It looks like. It just looks really cool in my opinion. It looks like a really cool abstract shape, and I don't want to mess with that. I don't want to mess with the flow. So I want to keep it like this, but I really want to add new things to it. But I can't think of what I want to add to it. I definitely love these floaty islands. I love how they look. I'm missing a turret, it looks like, and I'm probably going to need to replace that, which is unfortunate. Did it drop an entity? Yes, it did. Sweet. So we can replace this thing. Oh, I don't know if I showed you guys. Look at the sky. Look at this. I found I was going. I don't know what led me to do this, but I was looking up different texture packs for Feed the Beast, and then I found this, which is called Dramatic Skies. I know you can find it in the Feed the Beast launcher. Can't really think of how to do it right now offhand. Let me actually look. Let me see if I can pull this up really, really quickly for you guys. So if I double click this, do anything? I can't remember how I did it, but I found it. It's called Dramatic Skies. If you guys can find it in the Feed the Beast launcher, you can find different texture packs for certain mod packs that will, support that texture pack. So I found that. I really, really love how that looks. It changes a lot of different sounds in the game. I don't know if you can tell, but let me turn up my feed. Hold on. Because it changes the way the walking sound is. And I'm about to get blown up. I hate creepers. I really hate creepers. I just, guys, I mentioned this last episode, but you guys have no idea how many times a creeper is blown up behind me when I'm by my enemy system and everything just goes everywhere and I get peeved. I get really peeved off. But yeah, let me go ahead and I want to up my sounds super quickly. Let's do master volume. So if you listen, it changes the way the sound of my feet walk across like the ground, and it also changes the sound that my magnet makes, which I think is really, really cool. It also changes the way that the rain sounds. It sounds so much more realistic, which I really, really like. But yeah, I really love the Dramatic Skies. I really do. The only thing I do not like about it in general is that whenever you go high enough, the renderance of the sky and the renderance of the actual game collides, and then you just have this line. And it bugs me to no end. So the higher you go, the more likely you are to see that. But if you're at ground level, not an issue. Not an issue at all. So I really love how this looks. It looks really nice during the night. It looks really good during the day. I love it. 10 out of 10. Best thing ever. I also downloaded a couple different texture packs. I downloaded Sortex Fanfare. I downloaded, might as well look at them. I downloaded John Smith because I've been mentioning I really, really wanted to play with John Smith in some of my LPs. I like it, but I don't like it at the same time because it changes a lot of the machine textures, and it would mess me up dramatically if I had to do that, because then I wouldn't know what the machines were. So I'm not going to mess with that. I just love Faithful. Faithful is really just one of the best texture packs, in my opinion, ever. I love Faithful, so I'm just going to stick with Faithful. And there's your dramatics, guys, if you want for reference. It's 1.8.7. I don't think that really matters. It's just dramatics, guys. Be 1.5. I guess you guys could find that if you really, really wanted to look for it. So let's go ahead and, load back the game, please. Please?
2 hours later.
All right, we're back. Oh, let me God, that was an ordeal. That just, I hate it when that happens. So yeah, I'm going to check the time on the video, see how much time we got left. Luckily, we were able to get some really, really cool items, and Steel is now automated, so that is really, really awesome. I'm sorry it was a little not active. I really like doing these episodes now and again where I could just kind of talk to you guys, really kind of like, not really super hypey, but I enjoy doing it nonetheless. So yeah, I'll see how much time we got left, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, welcome back. So, we're running out of time today, but before we head off, I want to show you guys 2 different things that I forgot to tell you guys about in my automation processes. I just kind of skipped over them because I'm stupid. So let's head down here really, really quickly. First things first, this is one thing I've completely spaced about 99% of the time. Every time I come down here, I keep forgetting to tell you guys about it. But with the automation, when it comes from my ores, there's one problem with it. There was one problem I always had. It was whenever you pulverize gold, it has a chance of making cinnabar. And if you do not take the cinnabar out of that bottom slot, it will not process the next ore. That was the problem. So I came up with the solution. What I ended up doing is I took an item conduit out of the bottom, and then I had it where it would set to output to the bottom. And then what I ended up doing was I set a filter, if I can get down here really, really quickly. See ya. But what I would do is I set a filter to where it would whitelist only cinnabar out the bottom. And it would pull out the cinnabar and automatically input it into my all input chest. That way it completely bypasses the problem of the cinnabar. So that's how I fixed that problem. Now I also had a similar problem over here with my setup over here, is because there's a byproduct for coal. Now the byproduct for coal is the byproduct for coal is sulfur. And now the way that I fixed that problem was what I did was I had a similar thing over there, except I didn't use a filter. I just I really ragnecked this sucker. I didn't realize how ugly it was going to look, but I guess I could fix it by replacing this translocator with an actual item conduit. But I have a feeling that that would kind of mess up the flow, and I don't want to do that. So there's probably a simpler way to do this, but what I did was I just had it eject out of the back from this slot and then move it to the ender chest. So now whenever it creates sulfur, which is actually a pretty significant amount at the time, it just moves it. That way that when this fills up, it will continue to go. Because whenever it fills up with 64 sulfur, this thing just stops. And I don't like that because I wanted to keep going. So yeah, that's the only input I had for both of these systems if you're going to be using this. Also with this has no problem with it, but it's made, let's go ahead and look up there. I don't know if I've shown this yet, but I've already created 33,000 obsidian. It's just waste obsidian. I'm never going to use all that. But I just thought that was pretty funny to show you guys. So yeah, that's an amazing process. Probably what I'm going to do with that is just let the lava run through. And whenever I run out of lava, I'm just going to scrap the idea. I'm not going to need that much obsidian in my life. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today's episode, guys. I had a lot of fun today. I'm sorry that it wasn't the most energetic episode of all time, but I enjoy doing things like this every once in a while, where I just kind of laid back and just show you guys some cool things and talk to you guys for a little bit. I enjoy doing this every now and again. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, guys. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button for me and subscribe if you're brand new. It doesn't cost you a dime and it really helps me out. Also, don't forget to leave down any questions, comments, or smart marks in the comment section down there. I do love hearing from you guys. I read through all my comments, and I'm enjoying seeing all the new faces in the comment section. I love you guys. I love reading through those comments. It really makes it's something that I enjoy doing throughout the day. So yeah, thank you guys for all your amazing support. Also, if you really want to, go share this video with someone. Go post it on some random social media outlet thing that you guys really breathe, that you guys really enjoy going to. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, and hope all of you have a great and wonderful rest of your day. See you next time, guys.